Tonight, a brand new class of inductees will be enshrined into the West Virginia Broadcasters Hall of Fame. In fact, that's where we find our Amanda Barron live at the Museum of Radio and Technology in Huntington with more. Amanda, some of the inductees are familiar names and faces to our viewers. Is that right?
No doubt about it. You're going to see him in just a second, but I want to introduce you to this new class, and we have some video. So the first face in the video that we're going to show you, you're definitely going to recognize. It's our very own Mark Curtis, and he's standing about an inch away from me, so we'll talk to him in just a second. Also being honored tonight, Bill Cornwell, lifelong Canova resident, Larry Cottrell, who's also a part of our Next Star family, worked at WOWK for some time, Willard Earl, Jim Little, Dick Martin, Al Martine. And of course, I want to just talk about Larry Cottrell one more time. Of course, he was at WBOY, worked at WTRF, WVNS. He's at WCMH now in Columbus. But here we are in Huntington, and you know, because it's been well documented, he retired to Florida, but he is back in Huntington to accept this honor tonight. Dr. Mark Curtis, we're so glad you're here.
Thank you, Amanda. You know, I realized that in May, I started my 49th year in broadcasting, and I'm still at it. And I'm so nervous tonight. I can't believe it.
It's hilarious to me that you're nervous, but it's not, because it's kind of sweet, because this is one of those moments that you maybe have thought about, but now it's coming real tonight. What does it mean to you to be enshrined in this Hall of Fame?
Well, we stand on the shoulders of some great people, and I don't mean to make light of it, but I just took a selfie with Gilligan. Bob Denver, who's from West Virginia, is in the Hall of Fame, along with Don Knotts and Soupy Sales and Conchetta Farrell, and a lot of great national news people like my friend Ed Rabel from CBS and NBC, Sean Caleb's a Marshall grad who was many years at CNN. We stand on the shoulders of the people that walked in front of us in this business, and I'm so proud to now be a part of it.
Yeah. What was your favorite part about the time that you spent as a political reporter, as our chief political reporter, and then, of course, as the anchor of this very broadcast? What was your favorite part of all of this?
Well, my favorite part was building a brand for us down at the West Virginia Capitol, as well as the U.S. Capitol, of fair, balanced, objective coverage, giving equal time to both sides of the aisle, and having access to all those lawmakers, both in Congress and here in Charleston. And so I was very proud of that, because a lot of people don't, get along. The politicians, the reporters don't get along together. We did. We asked a lot of tough questions, but I have to say my proudest moment in this state was helping solve the murders of 8 brave men who served this country, who were horrifically murdered inside the VA Medical Hospital in Clarksburg, West Virginia, by an unlicensed, unregistered nurse's aide. I won't mention her name, but she'll be sitting in prison for the rest of her life. I am proud of that as the son of a World War II and Korea veteran, and a proud dad of a captain in the U.S. Army right now.
Ms. Allie Curtis, I know you're so proud, because we love to hear about Allie, and we love to hear about you and your accomplishments. And we're really proud. When I left tonight, everybody in the newsroom said, "Tell Mark we said hello and congratulations." And you know what? You're still a resource for us in the newsroom. I know that I text you from time to time. I'm like, what's this person's phone number? How do I get this? Explain this to me. But because it never leaves you, even though you're retired.
And I know that we have, 6 or 7 TV stations that are carrying this right now across the state of West Virginia. It's not just in Charleston. This is a statewide network show, and I'm so proud of the network we built to keep the people of West Virginia informed about what's going on in their state, so they can make informed decision at the polling place.
Of course, Larry Cottrell, who worked at WOWK and WBOY, he'll be honored alongside you tonight as well.
I'm excited about that, because Larry was one of the people, along with Bray Carey and Al Sandebray and Ken White and all kinds of Mike Seacrest, who hired me back in 2015 to be the network political reporter. So they had all the station managers and news directors involved in that. I've never had to go through an interview process like that. It was quite grueling, but I'm so glad they hired me.
You know how people felt when you interviewed them. Mark Curtis, congratulations. We're glad you're here, Marilee. You can watch this tonight on the WOWK Plus app, streaming in so many different places.
Oh, very good. Okay, and tell Mark that I said hello, and I'm so proud of him.
Marilee says hi, and she's proud of you. All right.
Thanks, Amanda. We'll check in with you a little bit later in the evening.